Morning, everyone. Thanks for tuning in on this Thursday morning to Make It Personal. This week, we're talking about prayer. And if you haven't watched the rest of this week, please go back and do it. But today, my point is this: prayer is not difficult. Prayer should not be scheduled. It should not be planned. Prayer should just be your life. Every time you talk to God, that's a prayer. But it has to be done in faith, or it's just words. And give God the opportunity to speak. Prayer is not just us blurting out into the open and never listening to God. Prayer is a two-way street. In Matthew chapter 6, Jesus is teaching them how to pray. And again, he's not teaching them to recite certain words. He prerequisites it by talking about how to give. You don't give so that you're noticed by men. Again, you don't pray just so other people hear you pray. You pray to God and God alone. Verse 12 says, "Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors." Or trespasses in some translations. It's so crucial. In fact, it might be the most important thing in Scripture is forgiveness. If you don't walk in forgiveness, you will not be forgiven. That's hard. I would go as far as to say God won't hear you if you haven't forgiven someone else. Let that sink in. God will not join you on your quest of hatred. God will not agree with you and say, yes, that guy, I don't like him either. Forgive. You don't have to like everybody. Forgive them though. Release them to God's judgment. Don't hold bitterness in your heart, because, and he calls it here, Jesus calls it a debt. Forgiveness is a debt. What is a debt? Something you owe. A guy could go as far as to say, you owe forgiveness. And when you pay that debt, God forgives you. Or better yet, God cannot forgive you if you hold others in debt. Do unto others, sow and reap. It's all the basic same thing. Jesus is saying, when you pray, make sure you forgive others. God bless you.